Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to our Python adventure. In the last class, we learned how to send messages to the computer using the print statement. A print statement basically takes a string or a statement and print it into the screen. Today, inshallah, we are going to step our game up and we are going to learn about something very cool. We are going to learn about variables and data types. But before jumping in, I have a quick question for you. Have you tried doing your homework? If not, don't worry. We can do it together right now. So bring your laptop and open the Python compiler and let's work together on it. All right? So the homework is to draw a box into the screen, a box like this. All right, this is a plus sign and this is the dash or minus sign, and this is called a vertical bar. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, we have to write multiple print statements. Each print statement will print one of these lines into the screen. Okay, so to solve this problem, what we need to do is write print double quotes plus dash 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 plus double quotes. So this is the first line, and then print double quotes vertical bar, and there is nothing here, so we need to fill it with space. One space, two space, three spaces, and a vertical bar, double quote, print left round bracket, double quotes, vertical bar, space, 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 and a vertical bar again, double quotes, print. Print, left round bracket, double quotes, plus, dash, 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 plus, and double quotes. Let's try writing this code out and see what it does. Beautiful. Now we can draw a square into the screen. The other part was to try to draw this smiley face. It's very simple. Just follow the same steps. So each of these is one line. So don't get intimidated by it. Just try it, and I'm sure you can do it by yourself. All right. We are now expert at printing or sending messages to the computer. Now let's go and learn more about variables and data types. I want you to imagine that you have a cup like this, an empty cup, all right? This empty cup, you can fill it with many things. You can fill it with water, or you can fill it with orange juice, or maybe you can fill it with apple juice. Beautiful. So a cup is just a container. You can fill it with any liquid that you would like. So if you fill it, for example, with water, it becomes a water cup. If you fill it with orange juice, it becomes an orange juice cup. And if you fill it with apple juice, it becomes an apple juice cup. Variables are pretty much the same. They are just containers or boxes that you can fill it with specific values. Like you can put water in it, you can put orange juice or apple juice. To create a variable in Python, we need to name the variable first. We call it cup, for example. And then we assign a value into it. It's like pouring something into it. We use the equal sign to do this. We say equal, double quotes, water. Now, if you print this variable by using the print statement, left round bracket, cup, guess what the computer will print on the screen? Exactly, it will print water. It will not print the word cup. Python automatically will go and search in the computer for any variable that has the same exact name, cup. Since we have defined this here, and this is assigned, or it has the value of water, the computer will print the value of the variable. Cup equal water, print cup. Very cool. That is expected. Let's try to change this code a bit by actually adding double quotes around cup. What do you think this will print? Exactly, it will print the word cup itself, because now Python understands that you want to send this exact message to the screen. However, when you write it without double quotes, it understands that you want to send the variable that you already defined in line number 1. So it will print the word water. This is a quick exercise for you. Try to print, for example, cup2. This is a variable called cup2. And I want you to observe what Python will write on the output screen. All right? Very cool. Let's continue. So in this code example, we define a variable called cup, and we pour water in this variable or this container. And then we print the variable cup. In this case, we expect to see the word water on the screen. I want you to pay attention about the lines or the segment that start with the hash sign. Any line or any part of the line that start with this hash sign, we call it in Python a comment. So this part of code or lines will not be executed by Python. Python will ignore it. That's why it is highlighted with gray color. It has no color because it will not be executed. In this line, we pour orange inside the cup, and then let's try to print the cup. In this case, we are supposed to see the word orange on the screen. In the last segment here, we put apple inside the cup, and then we print, we're supposed to see apple. So if you write this code and execute it on your own Python compiler, you are supposed to see 3 lines. The first line has the word water, the second line has the word orange, and the third line has the word apple. Try it out, all right? Now, let's talk about naming a variable. Anything around us has a name, right? You have a name, your sister has a name, your pet has a name. Same thing. In Python, all variables or all containers must have good names. Good names have letters, numbers, and special characters like underscore, but it must start with a letter. It cannot start with a number. On the other hand, bad names like this will not be accepted by Python because it starts with a number. It starts with 1. All right? In this example, we define 2 variables. The first variable is age, and we put in this variable the value 10. In the second variable, which is called name, we put the value Ahmed. When we print these statements, supposed to say age, colon, and the value of the variable age, which is 10. And then when we execute this line, print name, and then name, what do you think it will print? It will not print the word Ahmed. You know why? Because the variable here is different. Notice the first letter in the variable, it's uppercase, whereas the variable here starts with lowercase m. So try it out and see what the result will be. Python will give you an error that name as a variable doesn't exist. Once you fix it and you write it exactly the same as this one, you should see name colon Ahmed. Now let's talk about data types. So you are surrounded by a lot of information, and each information or each data around you has a type. For example, we have Fajr time, we have Fajr time, and we have the weather today, and your favorite pet name, and your game score, and your age, or the event name of today, and your total savings. So each one of these data has a type. Think of a type like a container type, right? As you have different container sizes and different cups sizes and material. Same thing, variables can have different types and shapes. For example, your saving is a number. same as the weather today, and your game score, and your age, where your pet name and the event name for today are both text or string. We're going to learn more about other data types in the next few slides. So let's talk about the first data type, numbers. In Python, numbers can have two types. The first type, we call it whole or integer. Like for example, this we have 1 orange, so that's an integer. The second type, we call it float, which contain parts or fractions. For example, here we have 1.5 orange, so this is a float. Okay. Example, if you define a variable called year and you assign the value 2024, year variable will be of type integer. Whereas if you define a variable called height and you assign the value 5.2 in it, the height variable will be of type float. Okay, let's write this as an example. Let's say that we have 1 orange equal 1, and let's print 1 orange. That's right, it prints the value 1. Let's print the type of it. We can use the function type to get the type of a specific variable. So we pass 1 orange. Notice that it prints integer data type. I'm going to take the same code and do 1 and half orange. Okay, and let's print also the value of the variable as well as the type using the type statement. Notice that in the second case, the variable type is float. Now we see the difference between whole and fractions. Whole are integer, whereas fractions are float. The third data type we talk about today is text or strings. So a string can have any statements, words, names, or even short stories. So these are all strings. Try to define one string variable and print the data type and see what Python will output in the screen. All right. Here is a short quiz for you. What is your name and favorite food? Write a Python program to print a statement like my name is and my favorite food is. Okay, so you can pause the video and try to write this simple Python program. The last data type we are going to talk about today is called Boolean, which hold the value true or false. It's called Boolean. An example Boolean is giraffe is pink. In this case, the value should be false. And pay attention, the F has to be uppercase. Another variable called I love Allah, and it has the value true, of course. Pay attention also, it must start with uppercase T. Let's give this a try. F is pink equal false. Print giraffe is pink. That's correct. And let's also print the data type using the type statement. And we pass exactly. So the type of this variable, giraffe is pink, the type is Boolean or bool. Try to define another variable called I love Allah and assign the value true, of course, and also try to print it and see the type of this variable. All right, so congratulations. You learned about 4 data types today: integer, float, strings, and Boolean. It's time for a very short quiz to make sure that you understand this lesson very good. All right, are you ready? Let's go. What are variables? Containers for storing functions, or containers for storing data values, or containers for storing only strings, or containers for storing numbers only? That is correct. It is containers for storing data values. Which data type is used to store text in coding? Correct. String. What data type is used to store true or false values? If you answer C, your answer is correct. It's Boolean. In programming, what type of data represents whole numbers? Integer is the correct answer. Which data type is used to represent numbers with decimal points in programming? Decimal points or fractions or parts? It is float. Very cool. Now it's time for a simple homework. Ready? Let's go. So the homework is very simple. You're going to create variables for your name, age, and whether you prayed Fajr today or not. Pay attention about the data type for each variable, okay? Use print statements to display each variable. So for example, if you define the name variable to be Ahmed and age to be 10 and prayed Fajr today to be true, we want to see on the screen something like this. My name is Ahmed, I am 10 years old, I prayed Fajr today, Alhamdulillah, true. Alright, give it a try and see you inshallah in the next class. Assalamu alaikum.